All right. My name is Jessica Lynn, and I'm the owner of JessicaLynnoriginal.com. I draw and design custom and sets of clear, red rubber, all kinds of rubber stamps. If you haven't visited our website before, definitely go check it out. We are a small company. We're made entirely here in the United States. We are truly a family business, so between my husband, my daughter, myself, we're all packing up stamps and orders and responding to your messages. So today we are going to try something a little different. I've watercolored before. When I was in high school, took a bunch of classes, did that kind of stuff, but I've never used a water pen before. So I recently just purchased the Koi watercolors, so I'm kind of excited to try this out. I've used traditional paintbrush and water, so it could be fun just to watch this video to see how bad I crash and burn, or I might do a really good job. Not sure yet. We'll find out. I also bought, let me just show you here real quick, a pad of watercolor paper. So that is good heavy paper that'll hold all the water that we're going to be doing. Stamps that I'm going to use, now this one obviously I've used it quite a bit. It's the JessicaLynnoriginal Mason Jar rubber stamp set. So you can see there's a mason jar and a ton of little things. It's going to be a Firefly evening card. I'm really excited about this. I've got such a great idea on how to do this. I hope that it turns out the way I see it in my head, which I think sometimes can be an adventure in its own right. I'm going to use Close to My Heart ink, and this ink, just so you know, it is archival ink. Now you might say, what the heck is the difference? Archival ink will actually hold up to watercolor. It's waterproof. So I highly suggest that before you even consider starting a watercolor project, make sure that you find ink that is waterproof. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on up. Get nice and full of ink. All right. That's about where I want that. Okay. And you can see, now even though this stamp is extremely dirty, I've used it a lot, you can see it doesn't affect the quality of the stamp. So look at how crisp all those lines are, and that's even on watercolor paper. In watercolor paper you can see it's more porous, so it's got some holes. Alright, so now I've got that. And I am going to grab, let me see if you can even see this if I hold it up to the camera. Where is it? There, oh, there we go. It's a tiny little firefly. My plan is to put one firefly right inside the mason jar. And then I want to put a bunch of them outside of the mason jar. When I was a kid, we took a trip to Kentucky, and we were visiting some family, and I can distinctly remember their backyard because it was just completely just pitch dark. There was nothing, like no lights, nothing, because it was out in the country, and they had just thousands of fireflies. It literally felt like something out of a movie. It was, I've never experienced anything like it before, but every time I see fireflies, that's right where my brain goes to. All right, now I don't have a table stamp, but I kind of want to have this jar on the table just because for the image that I'm going to try and portray, what I want it to look like is like this is a night sky, and then like it's sitting out, like outside at night, kind of like my memory in Kentucky. So we'll see how this goes. Again, I'm going to use a water brush for the first time. According to the directions, it just says push, so I guess push. We'll see what it does. All right. I'm going to heavily saturate this up with some water. So my colors blend. And you might say, now, aren't these firefly going to glow? They are. I actually am thinking about using my glitter pens to make them work their magic, if you will. So I'm kind of excited to see how well that works. Now, the one thing I keep having to squeeze the pen to get more water. And again, this is the first time I've used this water pen, so maybe it's just a matter of trial and error. Or maybe it's just a comfort level thing, just because I've always used paintbrushes. I mean, I definitely think that if you are going to watercolor up your cards, this is one of those, you know, maybe practice a little bit before you go with the final card. Although I've decided to take all no caution and throw it to the wind and see what we create, right? All right, I gotta darken the sky up. It's just too light. I don't want it to be dusk. I want it to be kind of nighttime and vibrant, and so far it's just looking a little too afternoon sun. Although I like this turquoise color. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and speed this on up so that you don't have to watch me do all of this. All right, so now you can see that I've got all my color laid down, and I'll just turn off my light so you can see actually how dark it is. You can see it's quite a bit darker. Okay, so next I'm gonna take some, this is just acrylic paint. And I'm just gonna take a little sheet of paper, little acrylic paint on there. Okay. The other way to do this would be just to tap it on a pencil, and you can see I can just put a couple of little spots, like the night sky. Okay, so now we're gonna let all that dry. If you've got one of the little heaty guns, get that out and clean it all up. We're gonna go ahead and let this dry, and then we'll keep on moving forward. All right, so now that we've got this all dry, we're gonna do a couple of things. I've got my pre-made cardstock, so I'm ready to go. And I'm gonna put on here, you are one in a million. Okay. So once I do that, I'm going to go and get one of my new, my new favorite tools, which if you haven't seen me use them before, all you have to do is just pick any of my other videos. I am a huge fan of the brand new Color Technic glitter markers. So if you haven't used those, or glitter pens, definitely take a look at them. So now my plan is to come back in and add a bunch of layers of glitter so you can see. Let's see if you can see it. I'll turn my light off, maybe you can see it a little better. So you can see that in the watercolor there he is, all sparkly. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be so cute as we add more layers. because I am just gonna glitter these guys just all up here. And I might actually even do some glitter in the sky. I haven't decided yet. I just want to make sure this guy, he's our featured firefly, because obviously he is the one in a million. So again, he is just super sparkles. So I don't know if you can see that pretty well, but you can see he's super sparkly. Alright, and then I am going to go ahead and color my heart with red. And I'm going to make the ribbon on this red. If you haven't seen this stamp set, head out to JessicaLynnoriginal.com. And out there you can just type in Mason or Mason Jar. And you can see this set has so many different little stamps that come along with it. It's so cute. It's really a wonderful, versatile little set. It's one of my favorite ones I've drawn because of that fact. You could use it for wedding stuff. You could use it for, there's a memory of where it includes a little candle. And with the candle, you could use that to really, you know, make that just pop. And you can do it in memory of. It's just really pretty. So you can see, look, he's practically like a little firework. He's one in a million. And as this all dries, you see I can go ahead and just put glitter right over it. And what's kind of cool is it just layers up. And these little, you know, fireflies, they glitter. But the one that really glitters is our super little firework down here at the bottom. So let me go ahead and just add some more into these guys. And orange is a complementary color to blue, so I'm using just a little orange so that it shows through really nice. Because I still want them to be seen. They're just not our superstars like this one down here. Okay. Now the other thing I really like is at the end, I am a huge fan of my Copic markers. So I'm just going to go in and add a little shadowing, a little extra shadows. Could have done this with watercolor too. Really, it's a comfort level. For me, I know my Copics a lot better. But it really is up to you, you know, whatever your strength is. You know, watercolors are fun. I think that I've seen some absolutely beautiful cards. I think this looks really cool. I'm very excited by this one. I think it looks nice. But it's definitely one of those, if this is your only opportunity, you know, definitely practice on something else first. Okay, so we're just going to kind of shade that in a little bit. I'm just going to turn my light off so you can kind of see just how rich the color really is with the sparkles. And you can see by putting in that little bit of Copic marker, it almost looks like the mason jar is three-dimensional on that background. Alright, my next step is we're going to glue this on and make it a card. I would suggest putting on a bunch of extra glue because this paper is super thick. Just make sure it's going to hold. Now you could have used foam risers, mounted it on some black cardstock, you know, other options too. For my card here, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on as is. So I'm actually just going to line it up because I really like how I lined that up there. And then I'm just going to, as my daughter would call it, we're going to spider walk. My 3-year-old says, spider walk, mama, spider walk. So we'll spider walk that card on, flip it over. I'm going to go ahead and cut it on out. Okay. And there's my card. I actually, oh, that's really cute. I really like it. So, and then on the inside, obviously I can write my message. Like I tell you, every video, Don't forget to sign the back of your card. Don't forget, this is your art, your crafting, you know, so make sure you put that on there so people recognize that you did it. Again, this stamp set is the Jessica Lynn Original Mason Jar stamp. If you like it, head on over to our website. Again, JessicaLynnoriginal.com. If you enjoy our YouTube videos, I'm going to pop a little Brentwood up right up here. Please subscribe. I love having you be part of it. You know, if you've got thoughts, send your comments, and then I'll also pop up some videos for you too. Thank you again, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.